What's up, YouTube? I'm Brad Hoover.
I'm Lance.
And this is Rants or Us. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000. We hope you guys will help us get there. Alright, so, what do you think about the casting of the Borderlands movie?
I don't like the casting. I was super excited to hear that they were making Borderlands into a live-action movie because I've been such a Borderlands fan from the first game all the way to now. And when I found out that they had casted Kevin Hart to play Roland, it absolutely pissed me off.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Borderlands fan. I've played it.
I'm just getting introduced.
But I will say this.
Introduced to it, basically. You know.
Yeah, that's it's a game I'm interested in. It. I just, it's different from what I'm accustomed to, in a lot of different ways. But I will say this. I thought that was really a poor casting.
And I'm not
casting all the way around. He doesn't even look like the guy.
He doesn't look like the guy. He's not built like the guy. Roland was a serious character that didn't really cut up a whole lot.
Yeah.
And how you go from that to Kevin Hart, I always thought Terry Crews would be better for that part. He's built like him. He kind of looks like him a little bit. You know, he can be serious.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart's not going to take that role seriously. He's just not.
No, he's not. It's gonna be. Is it gonna be? You think it's gonna be the Kevin Hart from Jumanji?
Dude,
that's the seems like that's the Kevin Hart really out there. Yeah.
Know? So I don't know how they're gonna do it. And another part I wasn't overly excited about was Cate Blanchett as Lilith. The woman's got to be in her late 50s, early 60s. By now.
Yeah.
Like, Lilith, I just don't think it. I don't think it's a good fit for her as Lilith at all. And then when you mix Kevin Hart as Roland, Cate Blanchett as Lilith, and these two have a romantic interest, like that's a kind of a odd.
You know that
pairing,
you know that those two, if they met in real life, would not be
strike
anything.
Up a relationship.
Let's face it, they probably wouldn't even strike up a conversation. Let's just put it that way.
I mean,
it's just like they don't fit good together. Plus, she's 10 years older than him, and that just kind of throws it off.
I'm trying to figure out in my head who they're going to get for the rest of the cast to see if there's any way to make this work, and I just don't see it. I don't, and that hurts me because I'm such a huge Borderlands fan, and I've been wanting this to happen for so long. And now that it is, I'm like, they're ruining it. They're fucking it up.
See, that's almost kind of the way I am with House of the Dragon, because I'm kind of like with that show. I'm like, oh man, the whole concept sounds really cool.
Yeah.
But then the casting that they've done so much has just been
so
like,
far,
are you kidding me? Like that person,
that's
and it's going to ruin it
that's
for
what's
me.
happening with me with this Borderlands.
Yes, and so I get that.
I see them casting, and I'm like,
I know.
What are you doing? I can make a better movie than this. Like,
I know. It makes
give me your budget and let me go find your cast for you, and I guarantee you we have a better movie.
Don't it make you just feel like, have these people even know
have you
anything
ever
about these games? Have they even gone to the wiki page?
Have you even watched this game be played? Like,
it's like they haven't even gone to the wiki page.
And
I
hope when they do this movie, they don't do it like, okay, Borderlands. This is the first Borderlands movie, so we're doing it on the first game because. I want to see like Handsome Jack and all the other characters that came with the series, not just with the first Borderlands game.
Do you think that?
Because Handsome Jack was brought in Borderlands.
Like, who do you think would actually be a good Handsome Jack? Do you have like?
I don't really have a Handsome Jack in my head at this given moment.
I mean, I could see a numerous characters doing that.
I have Brick kind of laid out in my head. Vinnie Jones. I like Vinnie Jones as Brick, or maybe even Brock Lesnar. I'm not a Brock Lesnar fan, but he looks like Brick.
Yeah, I could actually.
So I would be okay with that, but
I mean, there's just
I haven't really gone through and really thought about every character just yet because they kind of killed my interest when they said Kevin Hart. Like, honestly,
I mean Kevin
and
Hart.
I'm a Kevin Hart fan. I like a lot of his stuff, but I just don't like him for this role.
I feel like the Kevin Hart thing kind of threw me for a loop on that. And it's like I've never been able to truly recover from it because I'm like that's so out of left field. There's nothing that looks or resembles or acts like him, and there's no way he could even do that part.
That's kind of my issue with it, you know. I'm like, do I even want to invest my time in watching this at this point? Like,
because you almost kind of feel like it's not taking itself seriously at this point.
Well, they're not doing this game justice for sure by bringing it to a movie and casting it the way they're casting it. It's not going to do it justice.
Do you think it's just going to be like? I mean, do you think it's going to be kind of just like a comedy? Do you think it's going to be like? I can't imagine casting Kevin Hart in a serious role.
If they do what they're saying they're going to do completely with it, it's going to definitely be a comedy. Because I heard that, obviously, Kevin Hart is Roland. Kate Blanchett is Lilith. And now they're talking about having The Rock do the voice of Claptrap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, if they do this, they're totally making my video game into a joke. Like,
yeah, well, I that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting out of it.
And so I do worry about that, and I'm still gonna watch it. I'm not gonna be able not to. Like it's got Borderlands on it. It's gonna have the name on it. I'm gonna check it out. I might be completely pissed off once this shit comes out.
Yeah.
And we do a video about it. Then you might see a different side of me.
Yeah, but see, me just in general, when it comes to like movies that are made off of books or movies that are made off video games. It pisses me off, even if I'm a fan or not a fan of it, if I feel like they're not casting the right people or if they're not taking it as seriously for the fans.
My issue,
because this means a lot to people, and if they're just going to
let's say,
do nothing with it, it pisses me off.
You're a fan that hasn't really gotten into the game, and I'm trying to get you into it.
Yeah,
and you see
that's not going to make me into it.
You see this, you're going to be like, this.
I know.
What's this? What are you trying to get me to do right now? Like,
and you want to know something?
And so I get that, and that bothers me. So
there is a lot of movies that do that to people. Like,
and I mean, let's face it. How many good movies are there based off of video games?
Yeah, I know. Not very well.
So I
not very
wanted,
many.
That's what I'm saying. So I kind of wanted to see this one do some justice, and kind of make a stride in that category or that genre per se. But this ain't gonna be the one that does it.
I know this is a book, but this is just something that you and we both were fans of Percy Jackson movies.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that if someone watches the Percy Jackson movie,
casting ruined those movies. Casting ruined those movies.
Yeah, casting did.
And I think it's gonna be the same thing with the Borderlands movie. Casting is gonna ruin the movies.
A lot of things weren't even recognizable in some of these things. But I just kind of feel like when I saw the Kevin Hart thing,
I am a little interested to see how they do like all the psychos and all the the enemies that you face throughout the game. How they do that in the movie.
Mad Max is what I see.
Yeah, I can see something like that.
I mean, it just it seems like it's going to be that. It's going to be flamboyant. It's going to be out of this world. It's not going to be taken seriously.
No, I hope. I hope that. I mean, I understand it. I don't know how the storyline's going to play out. Is it like these characters get jumped into a video game like they did with the whole Jumanji thing?
Oh, Lord. If they do that, I'm definitely not watching this.
But I don't know nothing about it other than they announced that they're making this movie and this is who's playing it. And, this ain't all set in stone. They could be like, you know what, this is a really bad idea. Let's scrap this.
Yeah. And you want.
I hope they don't. In a way, I hope they don't because I want to see it on the big screen. But then in a way, I kind of hope they do. So maybe somebody else will pick it up later and actually take it more seriously and make it the way it needs to be made.
Did you want it to? Let me ask you this: Would you want it more?
The game. Like,
do what?
At least follow the characters on the game, man. Like.
What? Well, let me ask you this: Would you want to maybe to kind of start at the very beginning, where it kind of doesn't give, it starts on the lore and then it works its way up to the video game that or would you, and maybe have the video game that be the second edition of it, or would you want?
Well, no, because I feel like if they took a whole movie and made it about the lore, then I had to wait another 5 years to get
what I mean, where that they didn't just jump people into it and just hope that everyone can, you want them to do the lore justice on it, is what I'm trying to say.
A little bit, but it's not a major deal for me because like you don't know nothing about the lore when you pick up the controller and start playing it either, though.
But I mean, do you actually think that fans are going to be? Fans that are outside of Borderlands fans are going to be receptive to it. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I really don't.
And
I would find it hard to believe that fans. I think that. See, I don't know. I think fans, if they look at it and it's got a nice trailer to it, they'll be like, "Oh, that looks like a kind of cool movie. It looks funny. Let's watch that." Yeah. Now, the fans that follow Borderlands are going to be the ones that have the problem.
Yeah, they're going to be pissed.
Because y'all are messing with our shit right now. That's how I feel personally. I grew up playing this game for years. Think about
it for non-Borderlands fans watching this, and what if they like it, and then they go to play the games, and then they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
like, this is completely and totally
I can see it going that way too.
So it could go both ways.
So overall, I think that they had a really good idea, and they ruined it by their casting, and it's gonna piss me off.
I think they're bombing on the casting.
It might be a movie that I watch, but it's not gonna be a movie that I would own.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. I kind of feel like
if it came on HBO Max or something, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
But would I go out and pay extra money? No.
You
I wouldn't go to theaters to see it.
See, that kind of worries me because I know how big of a Borderlands fan you are, and for you not to want to do that just kind of makes me think this movie's going to bomb.
I wouldn't waste the money it would cost me to go see this at the theater after you count popcorn and tickets and everything like that. No way. No way.
So all right. So that gives me a little hope for this movie because, like I said, I know you. I know how big of a Borderlands fan you are. So if you're not excited to see it, I can't imagine that the average moviegoer
I'm worried about it, honestly.
We're glad to see it. But all right, man.
I could be wrong. We'll find out.
Well, as always, guys, thank y'all for watching our videos, and take care, guys.